Hey everyone that's watching in the future. We'll wait for some people to log onto the live stream. But in the meantime, this is Mingus. We matched today. He's upset with me for putting a sweater on him, but he looks too cute. Okay. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Bobbie. This is Mingus. And today is Thursday, so we'll be doing some Yin Yoga. If you haven't done a Yin Yoga class before, it's a lot different than like a regular Hatha or Vinyasa class that most people are used to. It's a lot more passive. The poses, they're more gentle. It's more meditative. We hold the poses between 3 to 5 minutes each. And it targets more of the ligaments and joints rather than the muscles. You try to have as little muscle engagement as possible in each pose. And so we're going to get started. I would grab some props. If you don't have yoga props at home, you can grab just a bunch of pillows and a bunch of blankets, or a couple pillows, couple blankets. If you do have props, I'm going to use 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, though, you can also use books that are about the size of a yoga block. And I have a bolster and a blanket. Other than that, grab your props and then we'll get started. We're going to get started in Child's Pose. So whenever you're ready, come to sit on the heels to start. Big toes touch. Knees can either be wide or together. Then reach the arms out in front of you and lower the forehead down towards the earth. You can always place a prop underneath the forehead. Could be a pillow, couple pillows, block, bolster, and even the torso as well. Let the belly relax and begin to slow down the breath right away. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, making your inhales as long as your exhales, and your exhales as long as your inhales. Maybe even counting your breath between 4 to 8 seconds each breath. And really feel the chest and belly rise as you inhale. And then feel the belly and then the chest lower back down as you exhale. Notice any thoughts that come to mind, but don't make any attachments or judgments about them. With each exhale, let them go. Allow yourself to be present in this moment on your mat. Let's take a little bit more time here. Today's class, we're going to be opening up the lung and large intestines meridian. So there are 12 meridians in Yin Yoga, and there's 6 Yin meridians and 6 Yang meridians. Well, no, there's 5 Yin and 5 Yang, and then there's 2 meridians that kind of are their own thing. Anywho, I'm only going to be talking about the lung and large intestines meridian today. So the lung meridian is the Yin meridian, and each meridian has a Yang counterpart that kind of connect in a way. The Yang meridian for the lungs is the large intestines meridian. And I have a little diagram kind of showing you where the meridian's located. It's from the book Insight Yoga by Sarah Powers. I was going to try to explain it. So this is the lung meridian. And it kind of goes up and down through the arm. And then the large intestines meridian also goes up through the arm and then kind of back down and into the other side. So think about stretching, opening up like the arms, but also compressing them can open up those meridians and prevent them from becoming blocked. Because when the meridians become blocked, you can experience either physical and or emotional or mental issues. So yeah, the long and large intestines meridian are also are associated with different elements, each meridian pair, and this one is associated with the element of metal. So in Chinese medicine, the elements are slightly different than what you would think of, like in the zodiac, which are fire, earth, air, water. Those are also those are transferred over to Chinese medicine, but also there's metal and wood that are elements in Chinese medicine. And yeah, long and large intestines meridian are associated with the element of metal. The function of these meridians are they control respiration and regulate water flow. There are emotions associated with each of the meridians as well. And the one that we are focusing on today are sadness, grief, and sense of beauty. And also kind of and depression as well as one of them. The sense of beauty, like when you feel yourself begin to like tear up when you see something beautiful or happy tears, that is the lung and large intestine meridian. Some signs of disharmony with the lung and large intestine meridian are sadness associated with a sense of loss and unable to express grief, and depression. So I know like a lot of people have seasonal depression in the States where we experience all 4 seasons here. And I honestly have struggled with depression, not just seasonal, but like my whole life. So these poses that we're going to be working on are just like kind of coping mechanisms that you can use if you start to feel really depressed, or sad, or if you lost someone recently and you're grieving. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm going to start with a quote from this book actually. It's more of a factual quote. It's talking about the lungs and the lung and large intestines meridian. So it's from this book, which is called Insight Yoga by Sarah Powers. The lungs hold the privilege of being the life-giving network of the whole body, and all our functions depend on them for sustenance. Although they are not physically connected to the intestines, they share energetic characteristics that link them into an ongoing cycle of drawing in nutrients and letting go of waste. So let's take a few more minutes, or just a few more breaths actually, in our child's pose. And then when you're ready, begin to blink the eyes open, lift the head up, just come up onto the fingertips for a moment. Take the left arm and thread it underneath the right, coming onto the right shoulder and the right side of the face. Keep reaching the sit bones back towards the heels. Spin that heart open. You can keep this right arm lengthened out long in front of you, or even wrap it behind the low back for a bit more of a shoulder opener. And just try to relax the face. Come back to the breath. Stay present. And focus on the areas in the body that you can relax. So only using a little bit of muscle engagement to hold this shape. But where in the body can you relax? Really using your breath to help you release tension. And you may find yourself even sinking a little bit further into the pose as you breathe. On your next inhale, carefully unwind, and then we'll switch sides. So take the right arm and thread it underneath the left shoulder, coming onto the right shoulder and the right side of the face. You can keep this left arm lengthened out long in front of you, or maybe wrap it behind the low back, trying to find that right hip crease. Relax the belly, relax the face, come back to the breath. Use your breath to help you release tension. On your next inhale, carefully unwind. And then from here, coming to start in a tabletop position. I'm actually going to bring a blanket underneath my knees for a little extra padding. I have really sensitive knees. So it's okay if you need to use props. Props are not a bad thing. They're good, and they're especially helpful in Yin Yoga. All right. So we're going to come into quarter dog pose. So it's kind of like a mix. It's kind of like Anahatasana or puppy pose, but a little different. So you'll come down like you're about to come into your puppy pose. Reach the left arm forward, and then take the right hand and place it right above the elbow crease on the left arm. Sorry, I just had a hiccup. And then place the head down in between the arms. You can bring a prop underneath your arms and head if you'd like. Maybe a blanket, 2 blankets, pillow, bolster, block, whatever you have. And then once you arrive in your quarter dog pose with the left arm lengthened down in front of you, right arm bent, close the eyes, relax the face, and bring your focus back to the breath. Really use your exhales to let go of any tension that you're holding on to, whether that's physical or mental. Maybe even taking a few open mouth exhales. Really letting go of anything that you're holding on to. On your next inhale, begin to lift the head up. Reach both arms out long for a moment, and then take the left hand right above the right elbow crease. Keep those hips up nice and high, and then place the forehead back down, either on the earth or a prop, or 2 props, or 3 props, whatever you are using. Whatever works best for your body. Always remember to listen to your body. You should never be in pain. You want to feel a stretch, feel the sensation, but it shouldn't be too overwhelming and it shouldn't be too underwhelming so that you don't feel anything. It's called finding your edge. If you haven't already, bring the focus back to the breath. Quiet the mind and find stillness. On your next inhale, begin to lift the head up and walk the hands. Actually, no. We're going to reach both arms out long in front of us and then slide your heart through, bringing your shoulders right above the elbows, or maybe bring those elbows slightly in front of the shoulders, but try not to bring the elbows back behind your shoulders. For Sphinx Pose. In your Sphinx Pose, to add intensity, you can walk the arms further in, or you can even add some height underneath the forearms. For less intensity, you can walk the arms further out. We will be here for about 5 minutes. So just remember, find your edge, the balance between effort and ease. Try to relax the belly, relax the face, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the legs. You may even take the legs a little wider than you normally would in your Sphinx Pose in a Hatha or Vinyasa class. And quiet the mind and find stillness. On your next exhale, reach the arms up above your head into kind of a little diamond shape, and then just place one ear on the mat. Taking a moment here to let the spine neutralize, maybe even rock the hips a little bit from side to side. Then when you're ready, you will either come into Sphinx again, if that was enough for you, or if you'd like to intensify this stretch even more, you can come into Seal by turning the fingertips out in either direction, pressing into the palms and lifting the elbows up. And in order to add intensity to the stretch, you'll walk the hands in. For less intensity, walk the hands out. Just remember, we'll be here for about 3 minutes. Try to relax the belly, relax the legs, relax the face. Breathe. Feel the breath moving through your lung and large intestines meridians. So through the arms, up into the nose, over to the other side. On your next exhale, slowly begin to walk the hands out in front of you. Bring them up above your head in that diamond shape again. And this time bring the opposite ear to the mat than you did before. Maybe once again, rock the hips a little bit from side to side to release that low back. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your back. Bring the arms out to a T, right out from the shoulders, or a cactus shape if you don't have the space like me. Just 90-degree bend at the elbows. Bring the shins about parallel with the earth, about a 90-degree bend in the legs. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently let the legs fall over to the left. Keep that right shoulder grounded. If you'd like, you can place props underneath the legs if they don't come down to the ground all the way. You can also kind of give yourself a little bit of a self-assist by bringing the left hand to the right outer thigh. And that'll just help you kind of get into the pose a little further. And I think it feels good. You can keep the gaze straight up at the sky, or maybe bring it over the right shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. Breathe into the belly, into the twist. Really stretching out this lung and large intestine meridian through the shoulder and arm into the chest. And breathing, taking big breaths into the belly to help bring out those internal organs, cleansing out the system. On your next inhale, bring the legs back up through center. Then exhale, gently let them fall over to the right side. Keep the left shoulder grounded. Maybe place some props underneath the legs. Maybe bring the right hand to the left outer thigh. Gaze can either be straight up at the sky or over the left shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. Once you arrive, close the eyes, relax the face, and take big belly breaths. I have a quote that I wanted to read off since we're about halfway through with the class. I usually like to save quotes for the beginning and or end of class, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit today and add one in the middle. So I know like probably a lot of people are gonna want to take this class specifically if they're going through a hard time, struggling with depression. So I just wanted to add some motivation, whether you're having a hard time in this class or just in life in general, by having a couple like motivational quotes to help you get through it. First one is by Helen Keller. Goes, character can